to be reviewing videos. Hello, welcome back to the Black Eye Podcast. I am your host, Michelle. Today, I'm going to do something very, very different. I am going to review or react to videos just for today. Let's see. I'm coming out of my comfort zone. Um, I've been watching various content creators who come out of their behinds and say some really crazy things about women. And it masquerades as the truth because, of course, it has some truth in it. But what it does as well is it also obfuscates. It obfuscates men. Yes, so it obfuscates men's responsibility and their failure in society. So, I'm not going to sit here and bore you with my talk. Let's get into what it is that inspired me to come out of my shell and to react to this video. Now, as you can see, the person here is trans. I don't really want to go through the whole video because the thing is doggone annoying. And to sit there and watch Officer Tatum put himself through this is just, it's painful, you know. Anyway, it's an ASMR video. The person in the video has elongated nails. Let's see here. Up, 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 up. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but anywho, just to give you a little glimpse. Oh, no. I mean, I know how the person looks. Okay, this is them. Elongated nails, smacking of the gum, putting on the makeup, and the chewing of the gum. Now I don't know why he chose to put himself through that, but that's none of my business. That is not why I'm here. Anywho, take a good look at this person, and his response. Of course, he's reacting to what this person's putting on makeup, um, and this is the end result. So Officer Tatum says this stuff. Wait a minute, let me go back. So he's saying, okay, women are egging this on. I don't doubt that because women tend to be more egalitarian when it comes to alternate lifestyles. We tend to, you know, be more tolerant of other people's lifestyles, life changes, whatever. I think it's because we're mothers and we just tend to be that way. Um, so listen to what he says because this is important because he's saying that we support this behavior. Listen to what he's saying here. He's not going to bash women while he's about to bash women. Listen. So those of you who don't know who Officer Tatum is, God, Jesus, Mary and Joseph and all the saints up in here and the ancestors. Get this man right here. Now, Those of you who don't know Officer Tatum, this man is a conservative. No joke, right? He's a Christian conservative. No joke, right? This is who he is. All right. So, what I love about a good Christian man like this is these good Christian men very rarely ever read their Bibles because they think that freedom and equality is theirs to give. When their Bible clearly states that we are all equal under the Lord. All right. But they're going to sit here and prove to us women that they have been tampering around with God's word because Galatians 3:28-29. I'm only going to read. There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Jesus Christ. Sounds like equality to me, but he's going to sit there on his hot seat and he's going to tell you and tell me that we gave you the vote. Clearly, men have fallen. Let's go.
All contributing to the delinquency of America more than anybody. Don't give me that. Oh, men are doing no.
Men are doing it. Listen to what you're saying. Men are contributing to the delinquency of America. OnlyFans, who is that for? Mex trafficking, who is that for? Mex workers, who is that for? I'm not saying that women don't have their part, but for the most part, if women are contributing to, I'm not saying if women are contributing to it, it's usually in service to men. Because who is the audience? Who are the degenerates? Okay? I'm tired of women just taking the blame for men's inability to take responsibility for their part or their lack of part in the contribution of society. Y'all abdicated your thrones. Y'all abdicated your responsibilities. Now you want to turn around and blame women for actually taking them. I get so tired of hearing that. This is the same old nonsense. I don't even know why I'm reviewing it, but let's go.
No. Y'all contributing to the delinquency.
Who's delinquent?
Y'all the one. Y'all got men going crazy, and the reason y'all got men going crazy.
Men are crazy in their own right, okay? Men are crazy in their own right. Who commits most of the crimes? Who commits most of the violence? Who is most likely to be aggressive? I'm not saying that women aren't. I think women have to adapt to the environments in which we find ourselves. But who is largely doing that? Who is making these things happen?
You can't just listen. A woman don't get married to a man and have the
His
same.
woman. He doesn't love his woman. Is that what we're saying? He does not love the woman. So I can't expect then if I'm in a marriage and he's in a marriage that we are in love. Because when you say we are in love, that is two of us together in the oneness being love. So you're saying to me that if I'm in love, then my husband should not be in love with me either. I should just accept whatever it is that he is because he's a man. You see how patriarchy keeps robbing men of their emotional agency? You see this? You see how this is working?
Men know that all women are
No,
crazy,
like, men are crazy too.
nuts. But it's how much of a crazy woman that you can deal with, and what's the balance on it.
Same with men. Men can't even identify their emotions, much less articulate them. So women have to deal with what is it? Weaponized incompetency. We have to deal with the little act outs. We have to deal with the silent treatments. We have to deal with all the little tiny digs their impulsiveness when it comes to wanting to embarrass women, their wives, their girlfriends, that need to disrespect a woman, that need to humble a woman. Yeah, we have to put up with that stuff too. I don't know how you think that's sane, but it is insane. And it isn't emotionally intelligent.
Women don't have to deal with men like that.
Yeah, we do.
Most men are stable. Character is mostly like this.
He's got to be trolling. He has got to be freaking trolling because women all over the world are making decisions like, we don't want to marry you. Women all over the world are saying, we don't want to have your children. There is a epidemic of loneliness among men. PBS did a piece about how men can't sustain, they don't have friends. Men are dying alone in their tiny whiteys. He's got to be trolling. He has got to be trolling. Because ain't no way in the world you reading all this data and you think that men are solid, straight characters. The only thing men think about is, oh, this is how we got to pull ourselves together, man. We got to go to the gym and we got to get our money up. They don't think, hey, I got to sustain a friendship. You have to make friends. You don't build a community with just getting your body in shape at the gym and you're getting your money up. You build a community with relationships, with emotional intelligence, by being in touch with friends and family, by not alienating people, by being weird. That's how you build community. But you can't tell these men that kind of stuff because they really believe that if they just go to the gym will somehow transform their horrible personalities into Prince Charming. They don't understand that you have to build relationships. The epidemic of loneliness, they're trying to blame it on everybody now, but really, the big piece, I think that was last year in Psychology Today, was about men. The incels are men. But you go ahead, you tell everybody that men are straight, square characters, and that it's the women who are crazy.
Decent men. Women are up and down. One day they hot, then they cold. They mad, then they sad. Mad
The
yesterday.
husband to me.
And the way they vote, they support this gay stuff. That's why these little boys, they be raising these boys like this. They encourage these dudes like this.
I don't know who the heck he's talking about raising boys like this. I don't know who you're talking about when you say that. Hollyweird? Hollyweird is doing it? Yes, Hollyweird is doing it. I don't know. You can't compare regular folk to Hollyweird because regular folk don't live like Hollyweird. They just don't. Now, I don't believe in putting dresses on little boys and all that kind of stuff. I just don't. I don't argue with what people are, how they feel inside. But until you understand who you are as a person, nobody should be playing around with your gender. That's how I feel. But on the whole, I don't look around and see that a lot of people have the time or the energy. And I believe most people feel that way, that you shouldn't mess around with a child's gender until they understand who and what they are. Because children go through a lot of emotions. They go through a lot of thresholds. They cross a lot of thresholds to grow up. So women, I don't believe women are sitting here raising these young men to be that's a horrible thing to say. I believe, this is what I believe, that a lot of young boys are lost because a lot of men are lost due to patriarchy. They have lost their roles. And I know they're going to blame women for that, but they haven't stepped up and been the men and the fathers to children, theirs or otherwise, to young men to help guide them into manhood when these young boys look to manhood, they look to these YouTubers. Do you look at these YouTubers and find yourself thinking, oh, what a manly man? That's where they get their clues from. They get their clues from who's around them. These men, these conservative men, are always telling women that you can't raise a boy to be a man. And that's true because I can't for the life of me figure out how it is to be a man, what it's like to be a man, what men go through, what boys go through. I cannot figure that out. That's why you need a man to step up. That's why you need the fathers to step up. It's their job, not the woman's job. It's their job to raise their sons into men. Not sit around whining about how, oh, we are so emasculated. Oh, no. You are to help your child navigate this world. Everybody has to navigate this world. It's not easy for anyone. But it is the man's job to help guide his son and in certain cases their daughters into adulthood. But of course, you're going to blame the women because you think women are so handedly contributing to the delinquency of America. Why? Because of feminism? Because after women woke up and realized that men were abandoning them, leaving them destitute, stealing their property and selling it, and women had to work anyways. We had to turn around and work anyways. We might as well get paid for it, and we might as well have the vote because we got to go out and work anyways. Especially black women.
They friends with them. They call them girl. They
I guess we're not supposed to be friends with other human beings. Again, women tend to be kinder to alternative lifestyles because we know what it's like to be marginalized. We know what it's like to be outcast. I'm not going to disrespect someone just because of, they're in their truth right now. What does it do me to sit there and disrespect someone or marginalize them? Life is difficult enough for everybody. But again, this is how men think. They think constantly about punishing, banning, we got to let them know that they're not welcome here. All that kind of negative, I want to say racism, but this is another discrimination. They love that stuff. I don't know why men love that stuff, especially black men. I'm confused about how certain words can come into your lexicon. Like, how can you speak certain words? Considering that you all spend more time whining about slavery than anybody I've ever seen and white supremacy. Certain words shouldn't even be in your mouth. You shouldn't even be able to utter them. They should be an anathema to you. But whatever. Let's go.
they have to eat with them. They
First of all, just go on.
it ain't the men that's doing this. It's the women that's doing this. And then let's not talk about voting. Let's not talk about voting. If you isolated female voters,
Let me go back. Let him finish his thought because I get a little excited and I just want to respond. But let him finish his thought right here.
let's not talk about voting. If you isolated female voters, America will be a communist nation probably 20 years ago. You'll have abortion on demand. I'm not talking about the women watching this.
Yes, women would vote for shelter, food, and whatever else will help them take care of their children. Why would we vote otherwise? Why would any woman look at another woman suffer and say to yourself, oh, we don't believe that this woman should have a place to live? We don't believe that those children should eat. We don't believe that these children should have clothes and an education. What reasonable woman would think that way? You answer the question. I refuse to. But of course, women want a better life. We're sitting here spending money on Ukraine, and I guess we have a good reason to spend money on Ukraine. I don't know. But we're spending money in wars for other people, paying for other people's teachers and their workforce while our workforce is suffering. We are sacrificing for other people's children to have shoes while our children are wearing flip flops in winter. So, yeah, I would totally change the way things are done here in the United States of America. I don't understand how we can love other people's countries and not love our own and not take care of our own. I don't understand how we can have homeless mothers, mothers with no home. It's okay to throw a mother and her kids out on the streets, but we can welcome migrants in here. I don't know how we can help migrants when we can't take care of women and children. But yeah, I don't know if it would be communist because I understand that we need money to get these things going. So I would support corporations so that I could tax them so that the people, our people, the United States of America could have, can be okay. That's how I feel. We got to take care of this country first before we go out there taking care of everybody else. Because you know what? Nobody appreciates it. They're building alliances in the world against us. So here we go. Yes, yes. I would. I'm not saying I would vote Democrat because I'm not all that thrilled about them. I'm not thrilled about them. I'm not saying I would vote necessarily Republican. I'm an independent. Anybody who listens to my actual podcast, and I do have, I don't contribute to it anymore. I have to go back to it. But anybody who goes back there and finds the Black Eye Podcast on Spotify and wherever podcasts are heard, yes, yes, I am an independent. As for abortion on demand, who gives men the right to decide what a woman does with her body? These are the very men who will sit there and tell the world that you don't need to be what? You don't need to be taken care of. Welfare took men out of the home. They'll tell you this whole mythological story about how women on welfare are the worst and the blah, 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 blah. And they want to condemn you. They want you to wear the scarlet letter A, except we're not wearing the A for adultery. We're wearing the A for accountability. And they love that word. Even though, once again, who makes the single mothers? And they'll sit here and say, well, she said she had birth control, not understanding that, yes, a woman could be on birth control and still be pregnant. And just on that proviso alone, you should protect yourself. But when it comes down to it, men, they don't call men to manhood. They always call women, they always blame women. That's what I'm trying to say. Jesus. They're always blaming women, but they never call men to manhood. Hey, protect yourself. Single motherhood could be reduced if a man just put on a condom. Psh, rocket science. Solve the problem. But no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's women's fault. It is women's fault.
Perfect. And y'all going to heaven. I'm talking about the liberal down the street wearing a mask and a Tesla.
Well,
They vote for every policy you think marijuana.
yeah, I would vote for marijuana. Marijuana was only illegal because of racism. Truthfully, the rest of the stuff, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would vote for heroin and all that kind of stuff, but definitely marijuana. Two thumbs up.
People get shooting up drugs, Democrats, you name it, they voted for it. I'm just
He
saying.
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
If you isolate the men in the way
Finally, he is owning up to men and their responsibility in the world. If we put our trust in men, girl, where would we be? I'm always puzzled by these women are like, oh, my man is the leader of my home. Okay, okay, okay. You should be loving on each other. You should always treat your husband like a human being, understanding that he has emotions and feelings, and you should validate those. That's important. I believe in that. I do not believe in the patriarchal that you should stand up here and be this stoic uh, warrior. That's for war. When you have to deal with your home and your family, you need a warmth and a tenderness. You need emotional intelligence. And you need to take responsibility. You have to understand what that responsibility is so that when you're ready to rise to it, you have the strength to do it. But in order for you to do it, men have to be in their place. And they have to direct the young men on how to behave and how to navigate the world. The world is hostile. It's hostile to everyone. But just like women have to be captain of our own ship and decide what type of woman we have to be, men have to decide what kind of man they want to be. What kind of man do you want to be? You have always been captain of your ship. You have always been able to go where you wanted to go and do what you wanted to do. This time, you can't step on anybody to do it. You have to actually take steps in the direction that you want to go in. And a lot of men have been coddled for a long time, at least 100 years. For, in the United States, men have been nothing but coddled. And now you have true freedom. You get to decide. Society doesn't direct you. Nobody's going to tell you. Men should be there. Men should be there. Men like him should be there. They should be telling you about the points of manhood, how to be a good father, how not to have babies that you don't want, how not to put yourself in a position where you don't want to be. That's the instructions you should be given, not whether or not women are contributing to the delinquency. What the hell? And this is why I have this problem, with this misogyny and this patriarchy and all this nonsense because it suffocates the conversation. It smothers the solutions, which are right there. You're busy looking at what other people are doing instead of concentrating on helping men move forward in their lives. Now, more than ever, men need to move forward. They need positive reinforcement, not the same nonsensical junk about what women are doing or not doing. You see all over the internet now, red pill is falling. Red pill is falling because it was never sustainable in the first place. It was never going to be sustainable. And it should fall because positive people need to be heard and need to be pushed into the direction to help men really, really navigate. You can be a good mother. Mothers are out here working, putting food on the table, keeping roofs over the head, putting clothes on the child, struggling to pay for childcare, keeping up with the school. Women are doing their part. Women are responsible for the most part. They are. But men fail to take responsibility. And this is what I'm thinking about when I look at a man like Officer Tatum. as a Christian, as a Christian, I expect, or we expect, or we should expect something more positive coming out of your mouth than what we're looking at right now. I get that we got to make our content. I understand that. But I think when we're looking to a person who proclaims Christianity, that something more should come out of your mouth than this. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying when you look to a person who is conservative and Christian, there should be more positivity coming out instead of putting up this guy, this person for your channel and then turn around and blaming women. Anyways, I am kind of done. I've blown my top on this enough. Uh, don't forget to, well, listen, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Because I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. But I get tired of this. I don't want to hear any more of this. But I think we do have to check it whenever we hear it. Because if we just keep letting it go, and this is what women we do, we let it go, we ignore it. Oh, this is how he thinks. No, we gotta check that. We gotta check that misogyny. We gotta check that patriarchy. We gotta let them see that look, women are doing their part. Anyhow, I'm tired. I'm going on. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to tell me what you think in the comments. Because I really want to know. I want to know what people are thinking in the comments. I'm betting dollars to Dutch Barnes that nobody's going to watch this. So I'm sitting up here taking bold chances and ain't nobody going to watch it. So like, share, subscribe, leave comments. See you in the next one. Bye.